Alright, my minions. So, tell me, what does family mean to you? What is family? Is there a definition? And then there's an anthropological definition to it, and that's not what I'm talking about. But we all heard that famous phrase, blood is thicker than water, and I've done some research into that, and it actually has many origins, and which, from what I can tell, comes from a German fable. Some people think it's biblical. Yeah, no one actually knows as far as like its first the origin of it, ground zero, you know. But before we get to that, accepting donations, link down below. Right now it's Cashapp. Expect big things, yada yada yada. You know my spiel by now. Well, back to your regularly scheduled programming. So, what is family? Blood thicker than water. Does blood, you being blood, sharing blood, does that make you family? Does that make you related? Good question, right? I and many people will agree with me. Blood doesn't make you family. Blood makes you related. There's nothing you can do about that. You're related to people, but your family, you choose your family, and I'll explain how. What family is about honesty, and don't forget about respect. It's important. About loyalty is about trust, and not necessarily blind loyalty either. I'm not talking about blind trust, blind loyalty. But I've got people in my life that are not blood relations, they're not even black, that are my family. They're my brothers, they're my sisters. And I've got people that are blood that I've cut out of my life because they're toxic, and my life is my life. No one has an entitlement to your life. Understand that. You know, your wife's your family. Your husband's your family, but they're not blood. Get that? You chose them based on, ideally, you chose them based on trust and the relationship y'all developed. And y'all decide to start a family together. Maybe, maybe not. You chose them based on faith and faithfulness. You chose them based on trust, honesty, integrity. Y'all developed a bond together. I've got a person in my life that I call my father's other son, because I had to cut him out because he's a toxic person. Like I said, no one's entitled to your life, but you'll have people who want to use family to keep you hostage. You know, oh, you should stick with family. You always stick with family. Never side against the family. Well, then stop being toxic. Stop being bad for my life. You're fucking up my goddamn life and my livelihood, but yeah, I'm supposed to stay close to you and connected to you. No, I'm not doing that. I give you an example. So what about fathers that rape their daughters? Should she stick around because family? Parents that beat the shit out of their children, putting them in hospital, if not killing them, they should stick around because, you know, mom and dad's family. No. Like I said, people will use that against you in a toxic manner, commit all types of goddamn crimes. My ex's aunt was that way. She was stealing everybody's identity and didn't care, knowing there nothing really going to happen because they weren't going to report family because she's blood. No, the hell with that. I love my son. I love all of my children. But if my son goddamn committed a murder, and mind you, said murder, the unjust and unnecessary taking of life, but he went off and killed somebody just because they laughed at his fucking sneakers, I'm not hiding or helping the motherfucker. I'm turning him in. Now, if some shit go down, he's self-defense, and I believe him, then yes, I'll go to bat for him 10 times out of 10. Sorry, that 9 times out of 10 is a saying. I'll go to bat for him every single goddamn time and go to jail for him if I need to. That's my son. For all my kids. But outside of that, no. If he murdered someone just to be murdering people, then that's just going to jail. He needs to learn that lesson. You can't do shit like that. No. It was a famous case of a man who killed his son. Now, the son had raped 2 14-year-old girls. And, yes, people would agree with it, people disagree. But he said, people always, judge him, asking, how could you do that to your son? I was like, because when I looked into my son's eyes, that was not my son, that was a monster. That was not the boy I raised. That boy was no longer there. And he was not going to be responsible for allowing him to go out and hurt nobody else. I respect that. I'm sure that was the hardest thing anyone who would ever have to do. And to be perfectly honest, I can only hope that I would be brave enough to put an end to my children's wrath, wreaking havoc all over the damn place. Because let's face it, juvenile justice is a goddamn joke. Justice in general, oftentimes, is a damn joke. So no, I get it. So no, blood don't make you family. Blood makes you related. Family is who you choose. You will have people in your life that will come into your life that you will develop a deeper bond than any blood relative that you could ever have. And you'll have blood relatives that again fucking up your shit time and again, and constantly coming with you. Oh, you gotta help me. Your family. You gotta help me. I'm your brother. You gotta help me. I'm your sister. No, I don't. And they want to use that to keep you hostage, to keep doing shit time and time again. No, we're not doing that. Don't let people hold you hostage when they're clearly in the wrong. Sometimes you're gonna have to let them learn that lesson the hard way if that's clearly what it needs to be. And like I said, no one's entitled to your life. So if you continue to allow people to fuck up your life because you don't want to cut them off, then that's on you. And if we're wrong, it's gonna suck. But your life's your life, and you gotta live that life. So cut them out. You're done. And I'm all for chances. Second and third, maybe. If I come to you like, hey, you can't keep doing this to me. You're fucking up my life, and yet you continue to do it. No, now it's time to cut that out. I'm not saying don't have a conversation. Like, yo, you're fucking up my life for XYZ reason. Okay. But yeah, they won't stop. It's time to put an end to it. You don't have to hate the person. Like my father's other son thought I hated him. I don't hate him. I nothing him. I have no emotional connection to him whatsoever. For me to hate him would mean me to have emotional connection to him, and I also just wasted energy. I just stopped. This is simple as that. I just stopped. So and again, I don't go out of my way to be disrespectful or rude. When I see him at gatherings, I say hi, and I keep it moving. I don't curse his name. I don't wish evil shit upon him. I nothing him. And at the same time, if he changes, I do believe people can change. If he was to change and wanted to reach out and make amends and talk and develop a relationship, I am open to it. But make no mistake that if he goes trying to bring that toxic shit around me, it's not going to happen. So that's my position on it. Let me know how you feel about that. There's blood thicker than water, but you need water to live. So water is actually the key to life. Does blood make you family, or does it just make you related? Think about it. Comment down below, let me know, share your thoughts, be respectful. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you all being here.